Okay, this is Chapter 2, Section 5. We're dealing with linear equations. There are three formats that you need to know about. There's point-slope form. I usually start with point-slope form. No matter what it asks for, if it says find slope-intercept, start with point-slope, because you normally have a point and you can normally have a slope. Slope-intercept is good for graphing, but you don't normally have a slope and an intercept, so you can't start there. It may ask for it, but you need to start with point-slope. And then standard form. Okay, point slope is y minus y is equal to m times x minus x. Again, that's the one I usually start with. Slope intercept is y equals mx plus b. b is the intercept, but you don't normally have that. M is your slope, which you can find. Standard form is ax plus by equals c. And it's just a nice form to type with because there are no fractions involved. Okay, suppose it says write an equation in standard form, but you can't start in standard form to give you a point and slope. So I'm going to use my point slope formula. Plug in my point, 5 is my y number, and I plug into the second y, so it's y minus 5 equals 4 is my m, your slope, x minus your x value. You simply take the 1, the 5, and the 4 and plug them in. Then, when you rearrange it, distribute 4x minus 4. And it wanted which form? It wanted standard. So you can move the 4 over, so you have negative 4x, then your y, move the 5 over, you get 1. Or, it usually likes to start with positive, so change all the pluses and the minuses to positive 4 minus y equal 4. Now, I want you to find the slope of the y-intercept. Well, we just need to rearrange it into slope-intercept. Move the 3 over. Divide by 2. So you get negative 3 halves plus 6 halves. And your slope is in front of x. The negative 3 halves. And your intercept is the number at the right side, which is 3. Okay, now parallel and perpendicular lines. Parallel lines have exactly the same slope. So if we have two lines and you look in front of the x, the positive 4, that's the same, which means they need to be parallel. Now if they're identical, then they're the same line. But in this case, the 5 and the 8 are the intercepts. What's left is the 4, which is the slope, so those are parallel. If those are different numbers, then they're not parallel. Okay, perpendiculars have opposite signs. That means one's plus and one's minus. And they're going to have reciprocals. They're going to be flipped over. One's going to be a fraction. You flip it over, you get the other one. Like 2x and negative a half x. They're flipped over. One's plus and one's minus. And so those are going to be perpendicular lines. The slope is 2, that's negative a half. It's flipped over. And one is plus, one's minus. So that's parallel and perpendicular. So, and that's the entirety for Section 5, which is linear equations.